Hi, thanks for watching my first ever video. I thought I'd share the journey of buying a new motorbike, which in essence for me is a new rider. I haven't ridden for 26 years. The last bike I owned in the UK was a TZR 125, and ever since I sold it, I've just always wanted one. So I got to a point where I was saying, well, okay, I'm going to do it. Otherwise, I'll never do it. So I was looking around and for an essence of a new rider, I was watched countless YouTube channels, depending on, what you should buy for being a new rider. And, there's two schools. There's one that says you need to start off slow and trade in and build up. And there's the other that says you just buy the bike you want and you ride it, and you gain experience. And for me, I'm in the second camp where I don't think that I want to keep buying bikes and trading them in, and I just want to get the bike that I want. So I've always wanted an R6, and so I went down to the dealer and I went down to have a look at a new one. And the reason why I was looking at a new one is here in Australia, second-hand bikes just cost so much money. I just don't know why people try and sell them for the amount that they do. Because by the time you buy it and then you have to pay stamp duty, and then usually you have to pay compulsory third-party insurance, it brings the cost of the bike up almost to a brand new one. So online, you could be looking at a bike which is a year old, which has got 3,000 kilometers on it, compared to going down to a dealership and buying a brand new one, which has got a brand new warranty. It's got hardly any kilometers on it, and it hasn't been, the history of it. So I did a lot of research and I decided, right, I was going to buy a new one, because for me, it's just in Australia, it's far, far better value getting a new one. So I went down to the dealership. I went down to Sydney City Motorcycles and I said, look, can you show me an R6? And they didn't have one, but over in the corner, my wife said to me, hey, look at this one. And I went over there and it was the Ducati stand. And over in the corner was a white 959 Panigale. Absolutely beautiful bike. And my wife said, well, why aren't you looking at something like this? And I said, well, it's out of my budget. I've got a set budget. Bikes are expensive in Australia anyway. So I asked her how much it was. And by the time I got a discount off the bike, it brought it down to $3,500 more expensive than a brand new R6. So when I look at it and I got a Ducati 959 versus an R6 brand new, it was a no-brainer. And with your heart rather than your head, I looked at it and said, well, would I like a Ducati or would I like a Yamaha R6? And the bike is just amazing. It's a beautiful bike. So I put a deposit on the Ducati. Yes, it's a 955cc bike rather than a 600, but I looked through all of the YouTube channels which are available, and it's got 3 settings on it. So I'm reasonably sensible. I'm not the typical biker, and I can put it in a certain setting where it kills the power by about 30%. So it's got ABS, it's got traction control. It's a really light bike. It's not massive. It's not heavy. It just ticks all the boxes for me. And it's also a bike which I know I'm going to buy, and I don't necessarily have to keep trading up because I don't think I'm going to get bored of it. So yeah, I bought a brand new one. It's a dealer demo. I've got to pick it up in 3 weeks' time. It's got 17 kilometers on it. I paid just under $21,000 for it, and it's true there's not much margin in new motorcycles, but I will probably say that anywhere that when I was looking around for the R6 or then the 959, is you're going to get a 10% discount off a new bike. It's not a lot of money, but the bikes don't cost that much in grand scheme of things compared to cars. But here in Australia, it's the stamp duty and the compulsory insurance, and the fact that second-hand bikes are just so expensive, and you've already burned through a year of your warranty. So this is the journey for me. That's the bike which I bought, and we'll see how it goes. I'm busy online buying all the different mods for it, which I'll go into on some separate videos, but. And what I'll do is I found on YouTube is there was nothing to say, well, actually you get with a bike. because I was looking at the bikes. I was looking at stock standard bikes, and some had rear pegs, some didn't. Some had battery tenders, and some didn't. And what I found is that the Ducati actually comes with quite a lot of stuff as standard, and if it's not shown on the picture on the website when you buy it, it comes in a box. So what I'm also going to do is explain to you exactly what you get for the money, and what exactly comes with a bike and what doesn't come with a bike. And hopefully it will make other people's decisions a little bit more easier when they're in the dilemma of buying, what do I buy, a Yamaha or a Ducati. So thanks for watching, and I'll post another one as soon as I pick up my bike. Thanks.